Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told how to voice radio, so today, I'm going to be showing you the news. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the news, and when I say the news, I mean the Pokemon TCG news. Wrapping up all of those stories that aren't big enough to get their own video, but stuff you very much need to know about. And we're going to start off with a little story that was shared by my lovely friend Stephen Kent about a promo. To be more specific, a Guzzlord promo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Guzzlord has been revealed as the new promo when you go to League. Now, I believe this is in circulation, but I do pride myself on being extremely thorough when it comes to this kind of stuff. And it's not the best card ever, but look, we're living in a beast ring format, right? Beast Ring and Max Elixir can both be used with this, not to mention something like the Evil Tower we've been using for a very, very long time. And, you know, it can do 160 for 4 energy. Whack a Choice Band on there, you get a one-hit KO on a Buzzwole. Although that example, not a complete coincidence I chose that one, because of course Buzzwole is basically going to make sure that cards like this are probably never good. But if you got a couple of Beast Ring and a couple of Max Elixirs sitting around, go get yourself a playset of these at League and, you know, have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look. Now, several of you did get in touch to tell me about the promo Zekrom GX that is coming out in Japan. You see, we looked at Zekrom the other day. I did a video all about it. I'll pop a link in the description. But the artwork for the promo, if you buy a box of this at a Japanese tournament, you get this promo. And several of you got in touch to say, Wassy, come on. Look how beautiful the artwork of this promo is. And they're absolutely right. It is beautiful. You get this if you buy a box of the set, but only... That's Sun and Moon 7A Thunderclap Spark. But only if you buy a box of the set at a specific tournament. Now, funnily enough, I'm showing you the Rainbow Rare here. The Rainbow Rare is being given out kind of as a prize if you collect enough points, etc. There's only 100 of them at the moment. Like in Japanese, there are 100 of these Rainbow Rare Zekrom. Now you can get the promo and there's a full art and all of that, that's fine. But limited to 100 copies. If you really like blinging out your deck in Japan, and you really want to make a Zekrom deck with some Rainbow Rare Zekroms, that is not going to be the easiest thing to do, by which I mean it's going to be redonkulously expensive. Although the good news is we now have Counter Gain coming, which will reduce the attack cost by 1, colourless, and we've got Thunder Mountain coming, which will reduce the attack cost by 1, lightning, so you could potentially do 200 here for 2 lightning energy. Yay, etc. I still don't think it's a great card, but it can do 70 to an EX or a GX, as long as you don't mind the fact that you're not hitting for weakness, which sucks, because if you were hitting for weakness, Choice Band, and you'd be getting a one-hit KO on a Ho-Oh. Then again, maybe they don't want us getting a one-hit KO on a Ho-Oh for a single energy on a basic Pokemon. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? Now, one of the more exciting bits of news as far as I'm concerned, the official website has started kind of leaking out some official artworks, some of the English versions of these cards, and we've got Metagross, which is fine, but we've got Steven's Resolve. Now, this is important because we didn't quite know what the translation for this was. Some people had been translating it as Steven's Resolve. Some people had been translating it as Steven's Advice. I'd personally been going for Steven's Decision, but do make it very clear, I don't read Japanese. I didn't translate it myself. It was just a translation that I chose to go with. It is officially going to be Steven's Resolve. It doesn't really matter much, but I've been annoyed and wondering about what it's actually going to be called for several weeks now. On a personal level, I am delighted that we finally know what the name is, so I know what to call it all the time. Yay! Plus I've got an English scan now to use in me videos. And just in case you're unaware, although I will pop a link to this video in the description, Steven's Resolve is like crazy good. Search your deck for up to 3 cards, put them in your hand, your turn ends, so you have to end your turn like if you played a Kiawe, but turn 1 you can't attack anyway, and search it out of a Tapu Lele, and I mean it basically forces your opponent to play a Judge, meaning they're playing a bad draw supporter on their first turn, or let you have whichever 3 cards you like. Either of those is absolutely fine by me. Then you got Metagross that can use it as long as it's in the active without ending your turn. There's a good combo. Now, we've got the official scan of Mr. Mime Gx, and that's not particularly important, to be honest with you. However, it does lead to the question, Magic Evens is coming in the set. We kind of knew that already. Are we getting Magic Odds Mr. Mime in the set? Because you see, we already knew that the Evens was coming in the set because it was in the set in Japan. However, Magic Odds Mr. Mime was not in the set in Japan. It's a promo card. So are we going to get it in the set here? Now, it was a promo card at some tournaments, and previous promo cards like that in Japan have included things like Beware GX, which came as a promo in its own little box, or Serena GX, that came as a promo in its own little box. I, for one, am a little bit curious as to whether they are going to chuck this in the set. Promos from these challenges over in Japan don't usually make it into our main sets. However, it does make a lot of sense to put it in our set. Having said that, it would have made a lot of sense to put it in the main set in Japan, and they didn't. The lovely Autobot Tesla over on Twitter has shown us a new promo Pikachu. And look, it's not the most exciting promo in the world, but it's a new promo Pikachu, and it is clearly beautiful. I mean, to be fair, it was actually put on the official Pokemon card website. However, it was translated by the lovely Autobot Tesla. Now, it's got 60 HP, which means it's not as good as a Pikachu that's got 60 HP. And it doesn't have Nuzzle, and let's of course remember that Pachirisu really wants a Pikachu that can use Nuzzle. So because it's got neither 70 HP nor Nuzzle, the chance of it actually ever seeing any play are essentially zero. But let's ignore that for the minute. It's got a lovely little attack for a double colourless energy, which, yes, I know is expensive on a 60 HP basic that's weak to Buzzwole. But flip a coin, if heads, search for any card and add it to your hand. Obligatory reference to Victini here that you can use to make sure that you do get that heads, or at least give yourself a 75% chance to do so. And it's never going to see any play. It's not good enough, but you've got Kecleon there, you've got Tropius, it's a beautiful card. And that, pretty much as far as I'm concerned, is good enough. Now, the lovely folks over at Pokebeach.com have brought us a bunch of information about the Dragon Majesty Elite Trainer Box. For those of you that may have forgotten, Dragon Majesty is how we're getting the Dragon Storm set that was a mini set in Japan, which is not being added in to our next set. It's not going in there, so we need it separately. We're getting Dragon Majesty, and there's going to be an Elite Trainer Box, and it is going to be exactly as we might expect it to be. Oh no, wait, it's not, because as per the previous information I showed you, it's actually going to come with a never-before-seen Naganadel GX promo. Not the Naganadel we've already got. It specifically mentions never before seen. And it's coming with 10 booster packs rather than 8. Remember that Dragon Majesty isn't a set you can just go into a shop and buy. You've got to buy things like the Elite Trainer Box or the Legends of Unova collection, etc. You're not just going to be able to buy a pack of it or a booster box or whatever. So a little bit exciting. The only real news, because I told you this before, is that we've got the colour scheme. It's the same colour as Naganadel, to be perfectly honest with you. And the lovely folks over at Pokebeach have also brought us another little bit of information about the Mega Charizard versus Mega Blastoise Battle Arena decks. Now, we already knew that they were going to have Megas, and it has now been confirmed they're going to have regular EXs as well. I mean, of course they are, because otherwise they'd be unplayable, and they're supposed to be 60-card decks that you can play as is. I don't know if we've actually got confirmation on which Mega Blastoise and Mega Charizard they are. I am assuming they are the ones from Generations, because they're the most recent, etc. But there's no actual guarantee. We know that there are going to be 11 foil cards. 8 of them are going to be basic energy, so foil basic energy, yay. And then we've got the EX and the Mega. That leaves 1 foil card per deck, which is going to be an alternate art trainer. We were expecting this, but knowing that we're going to have 11 foil cards, the EX, the GX, and 8 basic energy, pretty much confirms we're getting an alternate art foil trainer. So that is a lovely piece of news. We still don't know what these alternate art trainers are going to be. And we still don't have exact confirmation about the Charizard and Blastoise that are actually being featured. But it's nice to know we're getting a holo alternate art trainer, it's nice to know we're getting 8 basic foil, and although it was basically guaranteed before, it is nice to actually have confirmation that we're getting a regular EX as well as the Mega, although it would be super weird if we only got the Mega. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news for today. Lots of fun stuff, lots of things to think about and get excited about and all of that good stuff. But as always, I would like to know what you think about all of this news. Tell me how beautiful that Zekrom is. Tell me if you think you can make Guzzlord work. Tell me how excited you are for Steven's Resolve. Tell me if you think that Pikachu could be good. Let me know. Go nuts. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.